Welcome to this tutorial on using Primary Wall in your classroom. At this point, you should have logged into Primary Wall using your assigned username and password. Once you have logged in, you will land on the home page that shows a numeric listing of your walls. If you wish to continue with the previously created wall, simply click on the appropriate number. If you wish to create a new wall, click on the green button, Create New Wall. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will create a new wall. The default wall and font will appear. In the upper right-hand corner, you have the ability to change a variety of settings. For now, we will focus on the background and the font. First of all, let's click on the background. A number of backgrounds appear, and you can scroll through these backgrounds, viewing your various options. When you find an option that you like, simply click on the option and your background will change. Next, click on the font. If you hover over a font, you can preview the font. Take a look at your canvas because the font will actually show up on the canvas. So as we hover, we see our font changing, and note what our font will look like. Let's take something relatively benign. We click on the font and it automatically displays on the canvas. The next step, and perhaps the most important step in creating your project, is to set the security on your project. Do this by clicking on the security button. After you click on the security button, you will see three choices as to who can access your wall. Only me is exactly as it states. Simply myself as the creator of the wall can see it. Everyone means anyone with internet access can see this wall. And everyone with a password means only those people to whom you send the link and the password can see the wall. Keep in mind that if you choose everyone with a password, you will have to send each individual the password for the wall. For the purposes of this demonstration, we are going to make this an open wall and choose everyone. And then, of course, we want to save our choice. We are now ready to add notes to our wall. This is a very simple process that can be accomplished in one of two ways. The first way is to click the Add a Note button here in the upper left-hand corner, and you will see your note appears. As an alternative, you can go any place on the canvas and just click the canvas, and a note will also appear. Now, once your note appears, you have some options. You can change the color of the note by clicking on the Color tabs. You can give the note a title in the title box. We'll call this Duffy's Test Note. You can add contents to your note. You might want to own your note by putting your name or your nickname. And last but not least, you're going to post your note to the wall by simply clicking on Post Me. You can see that the note lands on the canvas kind of in a random fashion wherever you click the canvas. Now, the nice thing about notes is you can move them around as the instructions detail, and I'm just going to move this note to the upper left-hand corner. Dragging notes around is a good idea, but please keep in mind that sometimes multiple notes will overlay each other. So you may have to further drag your notes to get them in a logical order. Let's add another note real quick to show some further functionality. We'll call this note number 2. And again, this is a test note, and I'm the author. So there we go. We now have a test note, and we don't really want to add note 3, so we'll delete that. One of the things you can do is sort your notes. You do this by clicking the sort function, and it asks if you're sure because this updates all users. In this case, we'll say yes, we want to sort our notes. And you notice how the notes are aligned horizontally across the top of the screen. If we have multiple notes, they would align horizontally as well as vertically. And if we had too many notes for the canvas, this is a situation where we might have to start moving notes around to make sure nothing is being covered up. The other useful function here is the zoom function, and you simply can click on the plus to enlarge your notes or zoom in on them, or the minus to make your notes smaller or zoom out. You do have the opportunity to search notes by using the search function, and let's just say we want to search for note number 2. We hit enter. We exit, and note 2 would appear. Now, this is quite helpful when you have multiple notes, although it really did not demonstrate well here in this particular situation. The last thing you want to do is you want to share your notes. This is done by clicking on the share button, and you're given another options. You can copy and paste the link, and this is a link for access. You can copy and paste a read-only link. You can do the same for embedded code, either for read-only embedded code or for access code. Just click to close this, and because I clicked on the canvas, I got a new note, which I don't want. What I really wanted to show you was just this brief tutorial on how to use Primary Wall. So this concludes my tutorial on Primary Wall. Primary Wall is easy and intuitive to use, so play around, create your own walls and notes for practice. We will be using this tool periodically in class to gather information on a variety of topics.